I can remember reading a book that happened to be The Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck when I was a teenager. And the first line of that book says, "Life is difficult." It's its opening line, and I can remember it. It's sort of been with me ever since, because it was an interesting perspective that life is difficult. Even Jesus said, in this world you will have troubles. So, and we all have troubles of all sorts of descriptions. Us as a family, I've been through some illness, which has sort of been an ongoing journey of a year, but I'm doing great. But I can absolutely tell you that goodness and mercy continues to follow me, continues to follow us in ways that just genuinely amaze me. A question of hope, and that has a connotation of joyful, confident expectation. And I just think a reality for all of us is that emotionally, sometimes we feel more joyful and confident and expecting, and sometimes when yet another thing has gone wrong, yet another thing that we were planning, even hoping for, didn't quite come off as we wanted it to. And so it's when things start to, even one feel doubtful. But hope, I think, takes both a feeling and a decision. I think somehow it's both, because it's almost like, would I wish someone hope? Which I would, by the way, but it's almost like I'd want to wish them courage more, because I just think to get to hope takes some courage. When I'm, let's say, lower in hope, I can't deny that goodness and mercy has followed me. And then I do think of, as Paul said to the Romans, now may the God of all hope fill you with joy and peace as you trust in him. So I know that that's true. I experience that to be true. I experience that even goodness and mercy, little do I expect it. Certainly do I not deserve it. Certainly have I not manufactured it. Despite myself, it's like, that's what I experience. It's like, it is quite amazing. And so I marry that together in like a practical, real way. Understanding, life is difficult. In this world, you will have trouble. But fear not, God can help you overcome, but in that way, that may the God of all hope fill you with joy and peace as you trust. Which is why I say, if I could wish you anything, I actually wish you courage, because I think that's a key step to the next step on a joint journey of hope, which leads to joy, which leads to peace, which leads to faith, which leads to goodness and mercy following you in more ways than you can imagine, and often in different ways to what you expected at a time.
My hope is genuinely found in the fact that I belong to Christ, and I have a relationship with him where he looks after me the same way and better how I look after my own children. I mean, this year has been pretty tough, and we've had our doubts, we've had our difficulties, but somehow the foundation of and the understanding, the underlying understanding of belonging to Christ, who looks after us and ultimately says, I have good plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. That to me gives me hope and gives me a freedom to live with joy. Sometimes I feel like my life is in this little boat and this massive ocean, on this sea, having waves raging around me. and life can be really good on this boat, but there are times where I have storms around me, and the thing which has kept me in this boat and without worry and anxiety is the fact that I know there's an anchor that holds this boat, and ultimately the destination is set, because God is in control of this boat. He's setting my course. He is my anchor. He is keeping me safe from all these waves. As long as I remain in his boat, and as long as I remain in relationship with him, I know that this is my security. So even though the waves rage around me, the fact that I belong to him gives me such peace and such security.